The British High Commission in Honiara today led a solemn Remembrance Day service at the Cenotaph in the Central Police Station grounds, honouring servicemen and women who lost their lives in war and conflict. The Remembrance Day is also known as Poppy Day. Andrea Mahanua reports.
We wear our red poppies not just as a symbol of remembrance, but as a promise that we will not forget.
Silence fell over the Cenotaph in the Central Police Station grounds this morning as dozens gathered to honour servicemen and women who lost their lives during war and conflict. The Remembrance Day was hosted by the British High Commission in Honiara, bringing together government officials, members of the diplomatic corps, military personnel from Fiji, Australia and New Zealand, the Royal Solomon Islands Police Force, Solomon Islands Scouts, Salvation Army and the St. John Ambulance Service.
It is true that in Britain we focus a lot on the war in Europe and the horrors that unfolded there. Be that on the muddy fields of Belgium and northern France, or in World War I, or the industrial scale killing that happened across the continent of Europe in World War II. But the battle in the Pacific is also not forgotten. The poppy is for all our servicemen and women who died serving their countries, whether that was at sea in the Pacific or fighting in the Mediterranean, on the beaches of northern France or in the jungles of Southeast Asia and the Pacific Islands. We remember the soldiers who never came home, the families who waited but never saw their loved ones again, the communities that were forever changed and devastated. We remember those who returned carrying the invisible wounds of war that blighted their lives forever. And most of all, we remember the peace that was won and the cost that it came with it.
He highlighted that the occasion calls on everyone to reflect on the sufferings caused by conflict.
But remembrance is not only about the past, it's about the present and the future. Today we honour those who serve in our armed forces, in peacekeeping missions, humanitarian aid missions, and the defence of freedom. Their courage and commitment upheld the values we cherish. So Remembrance Day is a call to live our lives with compassion and to stand against injustice and aggression. And today, perhaps this message is more pertinent than ever. In a world where the doctrine of might is right gains more and more currency at alarming rates, where malign powers seek to undermine the international order, where the UN and other multilateral institutions are probably at their weakest since their foundation after 1945, we should remind ourselves of the battles our forefathers and the horrors they saw and endured in defeating fascism.
Wreaths were laid in a moving tribute of gratitude and remembrance for those who made the ultimate sacrifice. Originally known as Armistice Day, the occasion was renamed Remembrance Day to honour not only those who fell in the two world wars, but also those who have since lost their lives in conflicts around the world. Andrea Mahanua for SIBC TV.